G'day internet, CJ with you again on an absolutely glorious autumn afternoon in Sydney. And what are we doing today? Well, we're getting some gardening on, getting a bit of gardening done. So this house that I'm currently living in belongs to the stepmother of a mate of mine, a good mate of mine that I've known for a couple of decades now. His dad was living here until he passed away in middle of 2020, and my friend came here to caretake and look after the place because mum's not in a good way. She's in a nursing home and off with the fairies a lot of the time. So for whatever reason, my friend isn't much of a gardener. He's not much of a green thumb, and he's not all that interested in keeping the outside tidy and maintained. He's really just kind of living here and, you know, letting me live here, and for a very good very good rent for the area, it must be said. So, you know, I'm not complaining too much, but, you know, I like a bit of gardening. I like to grow some herbs and some veggies. Here's my little garden bed that I'm working on at the moment. So, you know, I decided, like, it was getting out of hand, man. We had a big storm. This huge gum tree dropped a fairly sizable branch on top of this patio. I'm amazed it's still standing. It tore down the guttering there, you can see. And this, I think it's a sunflower thicket that's just gone absolutely out of control. This is threatening to tear the whole lot down as well. And the ivy's going to tear the shed down. And this macadamia tree was down to the ground here. So anyway, and we had a gum tree growing about a foot away from the laundry wall here, down here. So over the last couple of weekends, I've been putting a bit of effort into tidying things up, because I like a nicely maintained garden. It just feels nice, and you're much more likely to come and actually just sit out here on the grass and have a beer, and, you know, or a cup of tea, whatever's your poison, and just enjoy the space, you know. Our neighbour David, lovely guy, lovely old bloke, he's got some chookies, which I knew he had chickens, but I could never get to them because this was all just a thicket, and I've cut it down, and he's actually helped me chop it up, and he does gardening for all of the houses in the street, like just cash gardening, you know, 30 bucks an hour type thing, to help people out and stuff. So he's been organising green, you know, garden bins, green lid bins and stuff for me to put all the waste in, and he's been chopping up, you know, and I owe him a bit of money. He's been an absolute gem helping me out with this. But so, hello chookies. They're very healthy looking chickens. They're beautiful looking chooks. He had a dozen, and he's just got 2 more different type. But yeah, hello chookies. One thing I didn't know about chickens, this stuff, they love it. It's called wandering Jew in Australia. That's its common name anyway. I don't know what the actual name is for it, but I didn't know this, but they absolutely love this stuff. They go mad for it. They love scratching through it. Okay. Well, that didn't work very well. Let's try and find some more for them. I need to get a rake and rake all this out. And we've got a ton of it down the side of the house, down there where I was showing you before. I'm going to try and fence that off, and we're going to let the chooks run down the side of the house, and they'll clear it out in a day. So yeah, anyway, I'm pretty happy with the progress so far. This lawn was just weeds, man, dandelions and thorns and thistles and all sorts. So I've mowed this flat, and then mowed it flat on a lower and a lower and a lower setting a couple of times. It's come up looking okay. Cut the edges right back. Pretty rough job I've done there, but I needed to, it was just creeping all over this rockery, so I just needed to get it right back. And yeah, we've discovered that I've actually got a border at the top here. This was a garden bed. Bob, my friend's dad, used to like to grow some veggies and stuff, so I'm pretty sure this was a veggie patch. And found the border there, found the edge where it used to be. Hopefully, I don't know, I doubt any of this grass will come back because of this macadamia tree, but at least a bit of sunlight will get to it now. And yeah, so I'm sort of starting on this side and working my way across, and you can kind of see it's sort of a before and after thing, which is what made me get the GoPro out, because I thought, oh yeah, that's kind of funny. So here you go, here's the before side. This is pretty much what the whole area looks like. It's just yeah, pretty disgraceful really. But after, check it out. So you can see how far I've got about halfway across the yard at this point, which isn't too bad. Still a fair bit of work to do out the front, and quite a lot of pruning and trimming. This magnolia is threatening to pull down the guttering outside the kitchen window there, so that's going to have to be trimmed back heavily. These tree ferns and all sorts. This wisteria was threatening to pull the fence down and eat the washing line, so that I've cut that back really hard, as you can see. But there's still a lot more to do. But I'm pretty happy with the progress so far, and it's just been such a glorious day. Not too hot, not too cold. Just a great day to get out in the yard and, you know, get a bit of stuff done. So yeah,